And you know, we all have had that favorite toy growing up. What was yours?
I had to think about this because I saw we were going to talk about toys today, and I'm trying to think past Barbies, right?
Yes,
and
I mean that's the go-to, right?
I think one of my favorite ones was I had like a rock and mineral set.
Real? That actually surprises me based on some conversations we had not too long ago.
Geology rocks.
Really? I mean, hey, you can be really creative with those.
You can, and you could polish them and stuff. So that was probably my favorite toy, a memorable one at least growing up. What about you?
Mine would be the classic for a little boy, the little Hot Wheels cars.
Oh,
my son has them. That's my favorite thing to play with him. But we're going to talk some different toys today.
We are. Our next guest may actually have your child's new favorite toy. Mike and Heather Achera with Lux Blox are joining us, and welcome first of all.
Thank you.
Heather, you guys brought us a ton of toys to play with today.
Yes, we did. We just want to remind families that the fun and learning doesn't stop when school gets out. Yes. This is a time to keep the family involved and have some entertainment.
Keep you busy.
No better way than Lux Blox.
These are all amazing. We've been playing with them since you guys set everything up. The windmill over here.
That's cool.
So again, Mike, these are Lux Blox, and you have created this with a very specific design.
Yeah, we wanted to make a hinge that would snap together so kids can experience construction that wasn't just stacking, but when you make a fabric that you can actually wear like clothes. You can make a, you know.
Yes.
But the minute you fold it like those grain silos or Elon Musk's rockets, it makes corrugation. So the kids are making instant structure. So it's a very different play pattern than other kinds of blocks.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I don't think I've seen anything like it, actually.
No, they're very neat and much different than a regular block or Lego. So Heather, you know, we're always looking to make sure our kids are always learning, keep those brains active. So you kind of call this sneaky learning.
Yes, I call it sneaky learning because you're introducing some of these design concepts, these engineering concepts as you're learning, as you're building together. You get exposed to things such as what Michael demonstrated, the corrugation and how that holds structure. But, you know, the kids don't know, hey, I'm learning about corrugation. They just experience and learn it intuitively. So that's what we're trying to achieve. One of the things that we're excited about with the summertime is we have something that I'd like to describe to you that families might enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
And they're challenge cards. And our challenge cards would introduce the idea that, you know, you're together with your family and you say, hey, why don't you pick a card and my challenge is build something that moves, for instance. Or we've got another one, you know, just to give an example, build a pet.
Yeah.
You know, so as you can see, you might have a pet dinosaur or something like that.
Cool.
They're like little prompts to kind of get you thinking.
Yes, and it's to build that creativity and get, you know, have a little competition, but explore your creativity. We want to build an assistance device. And, you know, so some kind of a
I love
helper.
that.
So, yeah, so that's a fun challenge.
And the nice thing is you could, for grandparents and parents, I suggest just put them in front of the TV in a bowl like this.
Yeah.
Because the nice thing is they'll actually get off their screens. They'll start playing, and that includes adults during like football games.
Yes.
It's amazing. We get reports all the time. People are saying they're playing, they're building things during the football game. So
it's like the fidgets that, you know, like you almost can't help yourself.
In fact,
when it's in front of you.
This was our original fidget flexor.
You saw me fidgeting with it before. It works. It does its
Earlier,
job.
that's exactly what he was doing. In fact, I have a friend who's a president of an IT security company.
Yeah.
And he has a bowl of Lux Blox in all of his conference rooms.
That's perfect.
So same kind of thing.
While people are waiting.
Focus.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the colors are very bright. They catch your eye too, so they can distract the kids.
And they actually, if you have black light, if that kind of person, they're all UV sensitive.
They glow like crazy.
That's pretty cool.
That's great. So Heather, describe your experience a little bit with education in your own home. I was reading a little bit about you guys and how all of this came to be, and there's a whole homeschooling instruction curriculum lesson plan that kind of goes along with this, and that really rings true to both of you.
Absolutely, yes. So we were a homeschool family, and we were always interested in the idea of heuristic learning through play. We were inspired. We were actually up in Wisconsin at Taliesin, which is Frank Lloyd Wright's place, and we found this book called Inventing Kindergarten, and it was all about these sets of blocks that Friedrich Froebel, the man who invented kindergarten, had for that same idea.
This is 200 years ago.
Yeah.
And he made all these geniuses came out of these kindergartens, and people were like, well, with these genius factories, how come our kindergartens aren't like that now? And they're not like that anymore.
Yeah, Frank Lloyd Wright, Einstein, they all went to those kindergartens. So that was our inspiration.
And homeschoolers have been affecting us ever. This submarine, we actually sell this. It was designed by a homeschool kid in Salem, Washington. He was swimming in his pool, and his mom had a little GoPro, and he came out of the water, and the little submarine came out of the front of the mothership. And we're like, I want to play with that. So yeah, so kids are still contributing to our company.
That's really,
I
really
mean,
cool.
the opportunities of what you can build seem endless. So it's always great to see kids put that imagination to work. So Mike, can you kind of demonstrate how these work? Because I mean, like we said, they're different from regular blocks. You got these hinges.
Yeah,
but
so I'll show you. So they basically just, they snap together.
Yeah.
They have little, we call it the egg in the nest. You put the egg in the nest, and it makes, it just wiggles.
Yeah.
But the minute you stop it, make it like a triangle, it's super strong. So it's it's the same stuff they do like a Caterpillar and John Deere. They're bending metal and fabricating. That's what the kids are doing.
So we have a small inventory of parts, and with them, for instance, our wheels also double as gears.
Yeah.
And pulleys.
We only have 2 main blocks, a triangle and a square, and again, you're able to explore these basics of mechanics.
Yeah, you're optimizing. They're doing more with less.
Yes, and when they buy these different packs, so you can buy ones that are like you can make something specific out of it, or obviously you can get as creative as you want, like you mentioned. But like when you have something like the submarine or the T-Rex.
Yeah, we sell lots of kits with instructions.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you can choose just to make a model, as much in the same as a Lego kit or something like that, where for they're different kinds of kids. Our kids were the sort that would build the model and then tear it down.
Yes.
And so we would have big, more of a free play experience.
You're
after
nodding your head like you're very aware of
So
how
we
that
have
goes.
both. We have the free play sets that are just just the loose pieces, and then you might use the challenge cards, or you might use the curriculum that you spoke of. We've partnered with IMSA, Illinois Math and Science Academy.
Oh, wow.
They've done a lot of lessons for us, little projects to explore some of these areas of learning.
And like you said, we call this sneaky learning for the kids. So they're learning a lot of different skills when they're playing with these Lux Blox, and they don't even know it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for the younger ones, we found, actually it was a blessing, we discovered that many autistic young ones are very attracted to Lux Blox.
Oh, good.
Really, the focus is tremendous. They're able to build extremely interesting and complex things for them. And yeah, it helps with pincer grasp and all that, fine motor and executive
And
function.
it exposes them to mathematical ideas, like this parabolic dish here.
Wow.
It squishes.
I
So the kids can
wasn't expecting it to
I
do
wasn't
that.
either.
Yeah, so this will morph into like
Each
a
one that they
dinosaur head.
brought
Yeah,
up.
yeah. So
Surprise.
So it's exposing kids to really advanced geometry, but it's just a squishy thing in their hand.
And we should also mention, and you kind of alluded to it, I mean, you've got sets for kids of all ages. So very, very young children can start playing around with these, but it goes all the way up in age range where
They're
there's some
universities, too.
complex, very
Universities,
complex things that, okay, so for anybody watching our segment right now, they can actually get a discount when they head to your website.
That's right.
At checkout, Summer Fun 20. And it'll get you 20% off everything on our site.
Summer Fun 20, and we got the website there on the screen.
Yeah, you can purchase Lux Blox or check out the different lesson plans and instructional videos at luxblox.com. Again, made right here in the QCA, Galesburg, Illinois.
That's amazing.
What an incredible toy and learning instrument that you have made for kids, young and
congratulations.
old.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having us on.
Very cool. Thank you for coming. We